Hey, and welcome back to Air and Fire of Light. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Hello, everybody. My name is Tasha. This will be for the sign of Cancer, Sun, Moon, rising, anywhere in your chart, Venus, Earth, doesn't matter. It does not matter. Cancer is a water sign here. So we're dealing with a water sign. I will pull from the Love Oracle deck. And where did my other cards just go? Anyway, we're going to pull from the Love Oracle deck. I had some new cards I haven't sitting on my desk, but I must have put them there. I'll be doing stuff like that, y'all. Don't pay me no attention. But pay me some attention. But don't pay me no attention. You understand? Okay. I'm just going to use those cards. And then I am going to use um Intuit. Okay, tarot cards. So I got some Intuit cards. And I'm going to read from the Love Oracle first. So, what do we have for the sign of Cancer? Holy Spirit, Holy Angels, travel. So, you must be traveling home. Okay, because traveling home is here, came out together. So, you must be traveling home from somewhere. You must have been out. I don't know if you can see this. There we go. Travel and then home. So you must have went on some type of vacation and you traveled home. Okay, traveled from somewhere. Oh, I did not bring my glasses in here. So crazy. So you must have traveled from home. Okay. Wedding. Travel from a wedding home. Okay, that probably what happened. You probably was coming from a wedding or traveling home to a wedding. You might have moved somewhere, don't live in that area. Okay, you could be traveling home, back home to go to a wedding. Mask is here. Somebody is wearing a mask. Okay, somebody had hidden motives, concealed, distinguished, lying, disguised. They were disguised and they were lying about something. Something happened unexpectedly to you while you went home for this wedding. Something unexpected here. It says a surprise, okay? Unpredictable, shocking, and unusual. So something unusual happened to you, something unpredictable. Okay, maybe you fell in love with somebody. I don't know. Romantic feelings is here, or somebody wear a mask and they told you how they felt about you. Okay, at this wedding. Maybe you went to a wedding. So this is what I'm getting so far. You went to a wedding. Okay. Maybe you moved away from whatever city and state you lived in. And then you traveled back home to attend this wedding. Somebody got married here. And while you were at this wedding, somebody who was wearing a mask, they shocked you. They came to you with some unexpected romantic feelings towards you. This could have been somebody you would have never expected had feelings for you. Okay. Maybe you looked at this person as always wearing a mask or a little shady. They was always suspect to you or cloudy. Maybe your judgment of this person was very cloudy, but they started talking about these feelings that they have for you, these romantic feelings that shock you. Okay, maybe y'all were at some type, maybe this was after the wedding, y'all were listening to some music. um okay, some type of um what they say, snake charm. Okay, some type of musician, snake charmer, harmony, or melodic. So something was going on, okay? Maybe they was playing music, or at the time some music was being played at the time this person that came to you unexpectedly telling you about their feelings. Who is this person? This was a toxic relationship. So somebody who could have had a toxic relationship with said something to you about a heartbreak, and you intuitively know this. So you had some intuition about this person of your past. Okay, you had a gut feeling, you had a psychic premonition or a sixth sense going on about this person that you were in a toxic relationship with, or this person was in a toxic relationship with somebody and they talked to you about their heartbreak. Okay, so yeah, that's what I'm getting. You travel home for somebody came with you and told you some unexpected news, something that was shocking. They told you about how they felt about you, how romantic they felt for you. And at the time music was playing, they told you about their toxic relationship of the past. This is a relationship that they didn't have with you. This is a relationship they had with somebody else. So they told you about a toxic relationship and some sort of heartbreak that they had going on. But you already intuitively knew this. You probably moved out of town or moved away from this person and y'all hadn't had a conversation in a while. So once they traveled back towards you, you were able to open up and share this. They was able to open up with you and share this with you, how they felt, their gut instincts and their intuition. Maybe you already had intuition about this person coming towards you, a feeling, a gut feeling, a inside knowing that this person would have came to you and told you about this. Yes, truth is here. So you must have got some type of confession, clarity. Somebody revealed some secrets to you about this romantic feelings that they was having for you while they were in this toxic relationship. Okay. Do I want one what? A what? Yeah.
I only got tomato left. That's cool.
Okay, so somebody talked about a breakup. You said what?
I only got tomato left. That's cool.
Okay.
I'm not going to.
But I don't want none right now. Close my door. So somebody told you a truth about a breakup that they had, um, that they had to walk away from and separate. Some lover that they had to close the relationship with. So they told you about this breakup, this toxic relationship that they had with this other person that they were heartbroken about. They came and told you the truth. It wasn't a lie. They told you everything, how they met this person and what was going on with them and this person. Liquid courage is here. So they could have been brave, feeling confident, intoxicated at the time, and cold behavior and not caring about this heartbreak or this family that they had with this person. So this person could have a family with this lady or this man, but it's a lady here. So I'm suspecting that it's a lady that they were in a toxic relationship with, that they had a child with here. And they came confessing things to you while they were drunk. You know, because sometimes people be drunk, they be under the influence, and they divulge a lot of their information. And a lot of times we just want to push stuff along and say, oh, they're just drunk. But when they're drunk, they tell their true feelings. Okay, so the music was playing while this person was talking to you, telling you about their toxic relationship with this person that broke their heart, that they got a family with, they got a child or something with. They might have one child, two children, I don't know. But they talked about the child that they had with this person. You were shocked by this news because you weren't expecting this from this person. You weren't expecting this person to come and tell you the truth. You always felt like that they were wearing a mask, okay? But you rolled the dice. They rolled the dice, and came to you with the truth about a breakup that they had. Okay, even though they were under the influence here. Signs and synchronicities is here. So this person could have been seeing signs and synchronicities. They could say that you're their soulmate. Okay. They could feel like it's a coincidence that they saw you. Okay. They're glad that they ran into you so they can tell you about this breakup that they had with this person, this twin flame. Okay. This soulmate, this soul contract, this soul connection that they had with somebody from a past life. Robert, ex-lover is here. Robert, can you bring me some water? Come on, my throat. He always playing around. Ex-lover. This could have been an ex-lover. Memories, the past, old flame, and nostalgia. So they got the courage to come to you and talk to you about this toxic relationship that they had with this ex-lover. They feel like they had unfinished business with this person. They kept going back and forth with this person. Okay, they kept feeling like it wasn't over. They kept repeating patterns. Okay, and they were begging to get back with this person. They probably was taking them flowers and everything here, committing to the relationship, trying to be there for this person. But then they began to be at crossroads. Okay, crossroads. They didn't know which door they should go in with this person. Huh?
Which one you want? Because one of them froze. I got this one out the freezer.
Thank you.
You want me to let it thaw out for you?
Yeah, you can put it in the sink.
Put it in the refrigerator.
And I'll tell y'all my throat. So they was at a crossroads. They didn't know which door that they wanted to proceed with. They didn't know if they wanted to keep being in a relationship with this person, keep moving forward, or if they wanted to leave. Okay, so both doors is closed, but they didn't know which journey they wanted to take. They didn't know if they wanted to take the old journey or the new journey. Okay, they was conflicted between the two choices that they had. Okay, the choice in love, the choice with being with this person that they had a broken relationship with. You see this picture in the middle is broken. Okay, so they weren't sure if they should, you know, stay with this person or go on a new journey. They were between the lines. Y'all can't hardly see that because the glare between the lines is here. So they were between the lines. They couldn't see, they couldn't tell, they didn't know which side, which door they wanted to be on, or which journey that they wanted to take. They were just on the fence with everything, especially with all the stuff that they went through with this ex-lover. Okay, this person had a whole lot of romantic feelings with this person, but they started being unstable with them. Okay, they rolled the dice. They didn't start feeling like it was a family no more. So something fell apart between this ex-lover. Okay, where they had unfinished business. This person could drive a BMW. You could drive a BMW. Be 22, 28. Okay, somebody's birthday could be coming up. February 28th. Their birthday could be February 22nd, February the 2nd. I don't know. Initials could be H, M, or B. Trust. So maybe you feel like trusting in this person, or this person felt like trusting in you. Even though you're not in their city, in their state no more, they feel like they can build some type of trust with you. Okay. They wanted some clarity, some sort of forgiveness here. They wanted you to forgive them. They might have been shunning you off. They could be thinking about a career change, trying to change how they feel in life or where they're living at. They could have been coming to you with some advice to ask you about moving. And how did you do a career change and how did you change your life? So somebody here wants to know, how can I move on? Even though I can move out of town, it doesn't matter. I don't want to be here. I just want somebody I can trust. I just want somebody I can live with and be free with. Okay, and change careers. So you could be thinking about moving out of town, or this person is thinking about moving out of town. Trauma. Somebody experienced some type of trauma within this relationship here that they came to a crossroads about. Okay, support. So maybe they had trauma with supporting this person, supporting them, loving on them, caring for them, okay, and being in their life. So maybe they had some trouble with this support, some trauma with supporting this person. Maybe it was a traumatic event for them. Okay, they show some sort of fear, even though they trust you. They feel a little afraid of something. Maybe they fearing a career change. Okay, because career change is out here. So this person could be fearing changing jobs, changing careers, moving out of town. They could have some fears about that. Listening. You could be listening to a conch, or somebody here was listening to you, listening to you talk, listening to you tell them how to make these career changes. All right. Illusions is here. Maybe they had a lot of illusions and trauma when it came to supporting this relationship that they was in with this woman or this man. Abundance is also here. So they're asking you about the abundance. How much money do you make? Where you're at? What are you doing for abundance? How did you get to where you probably got your own business or something? This person is coming to you asking you personal issues, personal questions about abundance and being abundant here. Building. They may want to build with you, build some sort of lifestyle with you. Okay, so this person could want to build with you. Okay, rejuvenation. They feel very rejuvenated by you, rejuvenated in your presence. They feel some type of rejuvenation with talking to you. Meditation. Maybe they meditated and thought about how they were going to come to you and talk to you about this deception, these illusions that they were in with this family situation that they felt that they didn't have any um that they felt that they had unfinished business with. Anxiety is also here. So maybe this person had a lot of anxiety. They could love hiking. Okay. They could have been walking. Okay. Walking and talking because they had a lot of anxiety and they wanted to tell you everything that they was feeling. Okay. They felt like you was rejuvenating them. Okay. By talking to you. They felt like they were building something. They were actually healing by telling you these thoughts that was coming from their mind, okay, about this relationship. Even though they were under the influence here, they was drunk, they was drinking, I was drinking. But this person was telling you the truth. They were telling you about a relationship that they had that they're no longer a part of here, that they wanted to get away from. They took risk with this person, or they're taking a risk with you telling you this, okay, telling you this information that shook you, okay, they gave you a shock. Maybe you thought everything was going right in this relationship with this person and these people being in this relationship. Okay, they told you about this family life that they had. Okay, I told you it was two kids, one or two kids. I was feeling two kids, a family. Okay, they could have had a dog together, or you could have a family and two children. Okay, speaking. Yep, you were speaking with somebody. Okay, you as y'all were speaking and talking, you were using a lot of discernment. So you were speaking about a lot of this. You was discerning whether this person was telling you the truth or not as well. Contracts. So they could have told you about a contract, or this all was happening at this wedding. During this wedding, maybe after the wedding, maybe it was a wedding reception that they were talking to you at because there was music here. At the time, everything that was being discussed, and this person had a few drinks. Okay, they had been, drinking. What else? Holy Angels, Holy Spirit, conformity. Okay, maybe somebody was trying to conform to some risky behavior or some risk, or they was trying to conform to this family relationship, this family dynamic. Okay, and they began to be impatient with it. The time start ticking for them. Time start ticking. They just felt like time was just going. Okay, they was just being very impatient with this family dynamic situation. Projections is here. So maybe this person was projecting to you their emotions, how they felt. Okay, they could have been very, very triggered. They could have been talking about it on several occasions, speaking, projecting loudly, talking about it because, like I said, it was music being played. Y'all could have been at the wedding reception because wedding was out here. You traveled to the wedding from a place that you no longer stay at. What else, Holy Spirit, Holy Angels? Parents. This could be your parents, or you could be the parents of this person. Parents is here. Or they could be talking to you about them being a parent with this person. Impulsiveness. So somebody wants to do some type of impulsive spending, or they have a lot of impulsive spending habits here. Somebody does things impulsively. They may have impulsive ways. Water is also here. Joining. Okay, they could be joining a swim team, a swim group, or you could be joining swim team, swim group. Prejudice. So you may single out somebody else here. Okay. You may singled out or have singled out this person before. Maybe you were judging this person, okay, for joining a water sports or something like that. Maybe you singled that person out. They don't do the same thing that you do. Nutrition is also here. Okay, nutrition is here. So maybe you need to work on nutrition. Or maybe you're watching your nutrition. Maybe you eating apples and oranges and different things of that nature. Lemon, lime, carrots. Healing your body. Authority is also here. So you could be the authority figure of this person that came to you and told you about this stuff that you didn't know anything about. I don't know. They could be a water sign too. Okay, they could be Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. Sarcasm is here. Somebody was using a lot of sarcasm. Criticism, I mean. Let's say criticism, not sarcasm. Criticism. So somebody could have been sarcastically criticizing you. This being real criticizing, but being sarcastic with it as well. Money waters. Money matters. So maybe you got a lot of money that flows to you like water. Okay. This person, to me, it just seems like they shred a lot of money. They spend a lot of money. So they are impulsive spender. They could impulsively spend a lot of money a lot. Okay. So their money matters shred. They, go through money fast. Decision is here. So there's a choice in a decision between two. Like I said, two doors. whether they wanted to stay in a relationship or whether they wanted to leave. You may be considering a friendship with this person. You may be saying, hey, you know what, we could be friends, okay? And we could be loyal friends because animals is here. So, animals, dogs normally represents loyalty. So maybe you feel like, okay, we could be friends. We could take steps to becoming a friendship. I can teach you some things. Maybe I can be your teacher. Maybe I can be your guide or something. But we could be loyal friendship. We can have a loyal friendship. Okay, I'll teach you how to be in nature. I'll teach you how to explore yourself. Okay, how to meditate and sit to yourself in nature and get the things that you desire. Okay, maybe I'll teach you something. Maybe you're teaching somebody something here. Okay, teaching somebody about nature, teaching somebody how to be in water and environment, meditate, okay, in their environment. Learn how to sit in nature, learn how to meditate in nature. Maybe you took this person on a nature walk. Okay, I don't know what you're teaching this person, but okay, they could be asking you about plants. How do you get your plants so green? Or do you have a green thumb? Somebody out here is angry. Okay, somebody's out here angry, probably because you friend zoned them. Okay, maybe that angered them, that you friend zoned them. Maybe that made this person hurt, okay, and very angry because you said, hey, I'll be a loyal friend. I could teach you something. I could teach you how to be out in nature, meditate, get your life together, okay, and get focused on the right track. And this person became angry because they thought that it was going to start a relationship between you and them. So you could have made this person mad when you start talking about, yeah, I'll be a friend to you. I'll be a loyal friend to you, because maybe you know this person that they were with, who they shared past lives with, who they were in a relationship with. I don't know. But that's what's on this table, y'all. Inadequacy. So after you told this person that you'll be a loyal friend and you could teach them some things about plant life and how to help their life grow and mature and nurture themselves, they begin to feel angry and inadequate because they have fear of change. Okay. They have fear of death, fear of change, fear of ending their lifestyle. Okay. They feel inadequate. Something about some children here. Okay. Maybe they are feeling a death of a children or death of a child, or they just feeling inadequate here. Something about um okay, so maybe you met this person when y'all were children and they just feel inadequate now because you wanted to stay friends. Okay. And there was fear of ending any romantic feelings that they had already talked to you about. Writing is here. So maybe they're trying to you about something or thinking about writing about something to you. Games. So now they want to play games because they feel like the game is on. They feel like you playing games because you just want to be friends here. And you said, I'll be your loyal friend. I'll be a loyal friend to you. I'll help you with getting out of your emotions and learning how to get what you desire, okay? By going to meditate, sitting to yourself, going in nature, and seeing things at a different perspective. Okay, I hear my phone. Hope he ain't too loud. We have voice. Okay, voice is here. Maybe it was a song you were singing, or maybe he just felt like you're singing. So now he wants to play games. Exercise. You could like to exercise. Maybe you're exercising your voice. Maybe you was the one singing. Okay, maybe you were the one that was charming him with your voice. Maybe when he heard you at this wedding, he felt pleased and excited, and now he wanted to tell you how he really felt, but he was under the influence. Okay, you exercise your right to speak. You exercise your voice. Okay, and you sang. So yeah, this person is salty that you said no. You'd rather be a loyal friend to this person. Overachiever. You're an overachiever here. You do what's expected of you and then some. Okay, you make sure you're overachieving things. You do everything that you need to do. And then some. Leadership. Leadership is also here. You can be a leader and strength. Okay, you're an overachiever. Overachiever. You know how to lead people, and you're very strong with it. You know what you're doing. Okay, can't nobody play with you. You know how to multitask a lot. You know how to answer phones, look at your tablet, write things down at the same time. You are not inadequate. Okay, you know exactly what you're doing. You have a leadership quality, and you're very strong with it. Finances. Finances could be an issue here. It looks like it's an issue here for somebody. Okay, this person who could have been talking to you, telling you about their life. Okay, they could have been discussing with you about their finances as well with this family that they created. Disempowerment. They felt disempowered with this relationship that they were in. I'm gonna take 3 more and then I'm out of here. Freedom. Okay, practice. So spirit, you told this person to practice freedom. Practice learning how to free themselves from situations that no longer serve them to their highest good. You practice this. So you told them exactly how you practice about being a leader. Okay. You told them exactly how you got to this leadership position. One more. Thank you. Reading. So now you could be doing a reading, they could be doing a reading, or somebody could be reading up on the information that you have given them. Okay, that's the end of Air and Fire of Light. Please check out the video because I'm at the end. I just went 33 minutes in, so you missed a large part of this video. If you're just now coming to the video, please come again and rewatch. I will be back with another read. I don't know what sign I'm about to do, but I'm about to look. All right, that's the end of Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Anywhere in your chart, Venus, it doesn't matter. Water sign. Peace. Thanks for watching.